Y'all can just tell me. I find it interesting that you have 2 different floors.
Yeah.
So, okay. So then on this floor is where you have like all kind of the baby supplies and stuff. So this is...
Yeah, and then there's a back room too, which we'll show you.
So our facility is separated by floors. So the downstairs is all focused on our parenting support program, and ours follows mom throughout her pregnancy, and then 2 years after baby's born, then we kind of graduate her out of our program and help to plug her into other community programs. But upstairs is where we do the pregnancy confirmation and options counseling. So our girls will come directly upstairs. They bypass this area because we don't want them to feel influenced in any way or uncomfortable if they haven't made their decision to come. Obviously, this is all parenting focused down here.
So, but parenting focus is the main thing. So, like, a majority of the clients know that they want to choose life when they're coming here. And so it really is just kind of supporting them through that, right?
Yes and no. So some of the clients will come and they're unsure.
Okay.
So they're coming and they want to receive all of their pregnancy information, which is why we do the options counseling upstairs with our RNs. So we verify the pregnancy with the pregnancy test, confirm with the ultrasound. We are a medical pregnancy center, so we are able to offer those things, and then we do the pregnancy options counseling.
Okay.
If they choose to carry to term, we tell them about our program downstairs, or even if they're unsure, we ask them, everything's permission based, like, would you like to see the programs that we have to support you should you choose to carry to term? And we'll then bring them down here and show them, because one of the main reasons why women choose not to carry to term is because of expense.
Right.
And so if they know that we can offset some of those costs with the diapers, the formula, the baby clothes,
crib, car seat.
Yep.
This reminds me a lot about, or a lot of the facility that Planned Parenthood has, where they have all the baby supplies. Have you been there?
Oh, yeah.
What's that? Yeah. Oh, I forgot. It doesn't exist. So that's why I think it's really important to have places like...
It must be a Texas thing.
Not a thing.
No. I mean, they offer one choice. And so I think it's the irony of them saying that, like, you're tricking women because you don't offer the one choice that they already have covered. Like, they've got that covered.
Yeah,
so over here, like, you're offering all these other choices. Like, the fact that you have all the breastfeeding supplies and all the different things, like, I think it's huge because, we know that women oftentimes are going to choose abortion because of financial constraints. And so here you are just removing those obstacles, like giving them true choices. And the fact that this is seen as misleading in any way is beyond frustrating. Are you very frustrated by that?
I am. I mean, and the thing is, one of the things that frustrates me the most is, like, with the bill, the HB 7070, accusing all the pregnancy centers of false advertising, they really make it seem as if women are stupid and they don't know how to use the internet and they don't know how to use Google. And women know where Planned Parenthood is.
Yeah.
They know where the abortion clinics are.
Right.
Just like they find ABC, when they do a Google search, they find Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
And they're making a deliberate choice to come here. And if they come here and for some reason they just had no idea this was a pro-life center, they're going to figure it out within 2 seconds of walking in the door. When they get to the front desk, if they want to leave, they'll leave.
Right.
And so we've had clients here who have come here. Then maybe they'll go to Planned Parenthood, or they're going to both. Like they've gone to Planned Parenthood and they come here. Like so, the idea.
So you're telling me you don't handcuff women at any point and throw them in a room and then force them to incubate babies? Wait, Lady Parts Justice League told me y'all did that, so I'm very confused right now. Are y'all just misleading me? Is this more lies?
Take away all their knowledge and all of their ability to find information.
The thing is, we actually believe that women are strong enough to make their own decisions.
Oh my gosh, that's mind-blowing.
Intelligent enough to choose for themselves.
You're not a very good feminist then. I don't know if you realize you don't really fit into the movement very well.
I know, that's why we need the Bad Feminist t-shirt.
Exactly. I'll have to bring some for all of you. Layette thing.
So the layettes are brand new baby items that are given to every brand new baby that's born with over $250 worth of items.
This is such a massive, like, Willy Wonka room of baby supplies. Like, I quit filming because I thought that was the thing up
like,
the front, and then y'all walked me into, like, the real... You guys are, like, pregnancy preppers.
So, like, for instance,
do you realize that?
This one here, like, this counts as one layette. Like, it says 4 bags complete. So, like, the mom would come in, like, and she would get, like, this diaper
Just all the little
bag,
necessary baby supplies.
Yeah. That's it.
Which after having children, I can tell you, like, what you think you need, but, like, when you go to Babies R Us and you're supposed to register and they give you that list of all the junk, you don't need any of that junk. Like, really?
Yes.
You kind of need a couple go bags.
And
Pregnancy preppers. This is a thing.
all of this stuff in here.
All these wonderful brand new items.
All the shampoos.
And a whole bunch of diapers stocked downstairs. But what's really great is that all of these items are completely donated by people in our community.
Yeah.
Who believe in moms. who believe in families and want to help support one another, which to me is the most encouraging thing. We don't even have a line item in our budget to purchase these items, and we're never without. People are constantly pouring in brand new and gently used items to help support moms in our community.
This is such a massive amount of stuff. Like, I love it. Like I said, I mean, I've been to pregnancy centers in Dallas where it's like they have a little closet. So the fact that you guys have, 2 rooms?
Yeah.
At least 2 rooms.
Yeah,
and then
all downstairs and this whole
Yeah,
room.
the downstairs
is amazing.
And then the boutique.
Yeah, and people donate like cribs and car seats and those, people don't realize how those items
those can make or break a decision. That right there.
It really can, because people get afraid. I mean, I had a girl recently message me on Instagram through my Black Pro-Life Woman Instagram account, and she's in another state, and she's like, I'm worried, like, I want to keep the baby, but, like, how am I going to get, like, a car seat and a
lot of people don't realize that hospitals will donate car seats as well. Like, if you're at the hospital and don't have a car seat to leave. And I think that's the thing, like, women just don't realize the resources that they actually have available, because you have that, you have, like, in Texas at least. And so I think most states, like, you have Medicaid. So the fact that when I was 16, I had no idea how much it was going to cost to have a child. And I remember being like, is it $1,000 or $100,000? Like, you just truly don't know. Yeah. And so being like, okay, it's about $10,000. Well, that's terrifying for a girl who's like, 16 and maybe doesn't have health insurance. But when you realize that, like, most states, so like Connecticut's the same way too, right? Y'all have like,
we have a lot of great social services in Connecticut.
Absolutely.
Like,
I mean, you can pretty much get on some form of Medicaid, and then it covers the entire pregnancy.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep,
the financial part of it, like, the heartbreaking thing is that that's the reason most women choose abortion. We know that. But when you really look at, like, the line item thing, like, healthcare can be covered, like, delivery expenses can be covered. And then between that and, like, all the, like, basic setup, cribs, car seats, things like that, like, it's all here.
Yes.
Plus other support agencies. So ABC works with, like, a lot of different organizations, like the Community Health Center, like they work with, like, early, Head Start, like they work with the domestic violence shelter, they work with there's a home for women that are rehabilitating from drug and alcohol abuse called the Haley House, which is just down the street. A lot of the women that go there, and they can bring their children there, also come here as clients. And so ABC is a place where they can come, and then they can connect with other organizations. So ABC does one part, and then the other organizations help as well with different, like, social services, so that you're helping the mom and the
So it blows my mind that literally, like, your state reps are trying to shut this place down, even though, I mean, like, they're not even going to realize until, if they actually did shut it down, like, what...
I often ask myself, do they even realize?
No, not until you're gone, and then all of a sudden they would see.
I mean, we calculated it's over $3 million throughout the pregnancy centers annually that we save the state of Connecticut with all the services rendered between the pregnancy centers.
Where would women go if they couldn't come here for cribs and basic needs?
I just love to brag about is that we're not just giving them this one little layette gift basket when the baby's born, and we're like, okay,
bye,
see you later.
Yeah.
Our program really follows mom for 2 years, and beyond, as a new mom myself, like, beyond the material resources, the parenting classes are so vital. Because diapers will come and go. We're supplementing the monthly cost of the diapers and the formula, right? Obviously, it's not covering all of it. It's supplementing it, which is very helpful to help mom get on her feet. But really, the resources that she's learning to be an equipped, empowered, informed parent, where she can feel, most of our moms are single parents, that she is strong enough to raise this child, and she's going to gain the knowledge that she needs to help raise her child. To me, that's what's most important. And we're doing that for 2 years.
Well, and doing it in a community setting too, where I think you have groups with, like, other moms, so everybody can figure out, like, okay, we don't know this stuff, but we can learn from one another. We can pass on information of, my baby had colic and this is what helped me, and or my baby had this and this is what helped me. Like, I think it's community, and you don't get that anywhere else. Like, you can't go to Planned Parenthood and find that. I mean,
it's true.
I think that's the glaringly obvious thing, is that if this center were not here, if the state had its way and was able to shut down pregnancy centers, like, I don't think they realize that basically they're just feeding them into the abortion industry that gets to make money off these women and prey on vulnerable women. But you guys are actually doing the work of, like, supporting women.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I remember working here when I used to work here, and I had a girl call and say, can I come here for an ultrasound, because Planned Parenthood quoted me $600.
Holy
and you know that they do ultrasounds mainly to figure out
how much they're going to charge you
for the abortion. And so we were like, yeah, come on down. Or we've had girls call and say, I went to Planned Parenthood. After I told them I was pregnant, I said, what next? Like, and they're like,
Nothing
like,
next.
Nothing next.
Nothing
Like,
next.
and they assumed because the words, like they accuse pregnancy centers of false advertising, but for some people who aren't familiar with Planned Parenthood, they assume that means helping people plan for parenthood, or they think that there's more that they offer. Like Molly is called Planned Parenthoods in Connecticut, and there's not a single one in the whole state that offers prenatal care, for example. And so when they go there and they realize, okay, there's nothing else, then they'll often call here and say, can you guys help me? And it's like, yes, we can help you. Yeah. This pregnancy center, along with, so many others, it's unbelievable, the reviews from clients. Like when clients come in and they fill out documents, it's just rave reviews. Yeah. I'm so thankful. I don't know where else I would have gone. Like, you made such a difference in my life, and on and on. So I used to look over them as the former client service manager, and it was like 98% like very satisfied people saying that. How many people, like you said, when it comes to referrals, like a lot of people who come here come because of referrals.
Is through referral, word of mouth.
So if you weren't doing a good job, people wouldn't be.
They wouldn't be coming.
If we were deceiving people through deceptive advertising, then we would not be continuing to grow every year in the clients that we're serving.
Yeah.
Nor would they be recommending our services to their
Exactly.
friends.
Especially in a state like Connecticut. I mean, if you think about the fact that pregnancy centers have existed for close to 30 years in a very liberal, very pro-choice, pro-abortion state like Connecticut, and again, like I always say this, there's not been one woman who has come forward in the 2+ years that we've gone to public hearings. We've been at the Capitol for hours and hours. There's not been one written testimony. There's not been one vocal oral testimony from a woman who said that she's been hurt by a pregnancy center. It's only the legislators and NARAL.
So it's only the people who
NARAL's
could benefit
spies.
from abortion, because then they don't actually have to offer support to women, which is what we say all the time, that like this is what abortion has allowed. It has allowed society to not accommodate female fertility and the female body in the workplace, on school campuses, and all these places. Like, abortion is the cop-out from people who are lazy and don't want to actually do the work of supporting women and providing all of these like supplies and services to them.
I mean, to truly be pro-choice, wouldn't you be grateful that places like ABC Women's
Right,
Center
that have choice
existed, because it's a choice? And that's, to me, one of the most disheartening things is that's not what's on the table here. What's on the table here is if you are not offering abortion, then you've got to go. And that's not truly being pro-choice. Yeah.
Well, and even though those, like you said, anybody can Google it. They can find out where abortions are offered. Like, people aren't stupid.
Women are intelligent.
There's so many lies, because what they'll say is, oh, no, we're not against choice, but we just don't want people being manipulated. But then when you ask them what that really means, like, in their mind, it can mean anything. They say that people at pregnancy centers wear lab coats and they're not real doctors, or they're not real nurses, and they have no idea that the nurses are licensed.
Have you brought any of them in here? Have any of them come to the facility?
But
She's our client service manager.
Say hi to Instagram. So have any of them
have come, but unfortunately, like, some of the same legislators,
it doesn't fit their narrative, so they probably don't want to report on it.
These groups, and they'll say nice things when they come in. Oh, this is nice, and then they still want their award from NARAL. They still want to be able to stand up at the Capitol and say, I'm here to protect women's health, and they still want their accolades, and so we get thrown under the bus, unfortunately, in order for them to advance their career. And that's what I hate, too, about this, that especially for men, that all they need to do is say, I'm down with these pro-choice groups, in order for them to get street cred as being, like, pro-women.
Yeah. I mean, and so much of abortion for, not the woman, because I think the woman often, it is a decision made out of fear and distress and everything like that. But for so many of the people surrounding her, it is just a cop-out. It's a way for them to walk away from the responsibility of actually having to provide for the woman and help the woman. And so when you see groups that are going out of their way to, help women build power and build community and build, just have supplies and basic things so that they truly have choice, like, and that is being attacked by these like nefarious lies that you guys are misleading people, like, and it's this huge marketing campaign, and I think that's what's so disturbing about it. So
lots of money is involved, and time.
Speaking of money, somebody asked how they can donate here. How can they donate to you guys?
Our website is abcwomencenter.org.
Okay.
Donate right there.
Right there. And y'all are doing amazing work. Okay. So this is the room where you lie to women, right? Is that what we're looking at? Is this her? This is the fake nurse. This is the fake nurse who lies to women here. In this beautiful fake room.
Fake candy.
Oh my gosh, that is fake candy. There's no calories in it, so I'll eat that whole bowl because it's fake candy. Those are actually fake flowers, but they're very beautiful. That's the most fake thing in here. This is such a cute little area. So I love that women can come into this like great little space. Hold on, I want to show this outside part too. It's such a neat little area with ABC, and then you have, is this like the more medical, this is where the sonograms and stuff happen?
This is where the
Pregnancy tests and ultrasounds happen.
Look at that fake sonogram machine. It looks so real. All of it looks so real. I'm blown away.
The majority of our ultrasounds are done in the first trimester, but we have Connecticut state licensed RDMSs on our team, so they're able to do scans in any trimester, but the majority of the women who come to us.
And then you make sure not to show the women the scans like they do at Planned Parenthood, right?
No, we show them
you actually show them the scans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we
And they
do.
get to take home a picture.
Yes.
Look how cute this is. Recommended pregnancy apps.
Yep.
That is super cute.
This is cute.
So they can follow it.
Yeah. Track your baby.
So misleading, all this
Period tracker.
information. You're just overwhelming them with all this wonderful information.
This is cute. These little cards for mastering motherhood.
So then if a woman comes in here and she, like, first of all, I don't think she would make it to this point if she is abortion minded. Like, or if she is determined.
She could.
She could.
If she's abortion determined, though. Like, she thought she was having an abortion and she came here.
Well, no, I mean, like, if you mean, like, she thought this was an abortion clinic or something.
She would have left her
then,
out.
yeah, no. If she thinks it's an abortion, well,
But if she's-
actually, it depends. Like, it really, you can never for surely know how a woman's gonna respond. Like, because they're all so different, you know? But, like, if she was completely determined, like, oh, this is not an abortion clinic, then, yeah, she probably wouldn't make it up here.
If you wouldn't hold her against her will and force her to look at a sonogram and pry her eyes open Clockwork Orange style and make her stare at it. Okay.
No ability to do
That's
that.
good to know.
She would just leave. But then sometimes because, like, my mom, you know, her story, like, she was abortion determined. She's in the hospital, like, with the white robe on, about to have the abortion, and she walked out. So sometimes women are making an abortion decision because there's other people around them pressuring them. So you could have a very abortion determined woman who walks in and let's just say, for example, like the person at the front desk is like, no, we don't do abortions here. She could like be like, wow, this woman is so nice. Like, can I talk to you guys? Because really, you know,
Like, she actually wants to explore her choices then.
She might say, you know, my mom is the one that's making me, I'm abortion determined because my mom is like telling me I have to have an abortion. But like the kindness in your voice, like I feel like I can trust you. Can I tell you?
Well, think of how empowering it is. Like, because maybe the mom doesn't even realize the resources and she thinks she's going to have the burden of the finances and everything. And so that's why they're pushing the girl into it. So if the girl can come back then and say, I found out that, you know, basically the medical part of it can be completely free through the state of Connecticut. And, you know, I can get a crib and a car seat and all these other things for free. Like, they're going to help me with these things so we can at least kind of get started on it. Like, sometimes that might actually kind of soften the family to be willing. You know, again, that's the hugest part of the whole pro-choice narrative. And I hate when they call me anti-choice. I'm anti-abortion, but I'm not anti-choice. Like, I am pro-choice because I think that there's myriad choices besides the one that ends a human life, right? And so when we don't allow women to explore those choices, like, they're the ones who are anti-choice by saying, like, it's abortion or nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of women, like, they're feeling all that external pressure and then the internal fears. And so that's why, like, even in this room, if you notice, there's like blues and grays and like in a little bit of light yellow, like, you know, these are like calming colors, they're joyful colors. Like, so it's not like, we already know that they're feeling a lot of like pressure and fear. They come in here, like, there's been a lot of women that I've worked with, like in this room, who will cry, who will sigh. Remember when I said this years ago when I worked here, that we went to like a training seminar and they said, what do you want a woman to feel like when she's in a room like this or she's at your center? And I said, I want her to feel relief. I want her to feel like she can breathe and say, and she can just let it out. And that happens, like, you know, the smell of the essential oils, like the atmosphere, like they feel, I can let it out.
They can just relax.
And they're not a number to us.
Exactly.
I think that's the biggest thing. We take time with our clients. We don't have, you know, they're not a number, they're not a quota.
Exactly.
We don't profit
You're not
off
getting
of her
anything
choice.
from them. Yeah, there's nothing. Like,
so again, we talked about downstairs, there are ladies who will have gone to Planned Parenthood and then come to us. There are women who will come to us and say, I'm going to Planned Parenthood right after this meeting. I mean, she is free to do whatever she wants, but if we could be a stop on her journey to allow her to have all of the pregnancy information that she needs so she can make an informed choice. Isn't that what we all want? Isn't that the standard that we all pregnancy care providers should all be held to? Because we have had countless women say, I just wish that I knew that a pregnancy center existed when I was going through my decision process.
So that they truly had a choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had all the information that they needed to make that choice.
Yeah. I think that's the greatest irony. And I know that, like, when I think back, you know, I was 16 when I found out I was pregnant, and I never considered abortion because my mom was 19 when she got pregnant with me. So, like, it would have been very easy for her to have an abortion with me. And so I knew that I was pro-life, but that's when I really had to suddenly, like, face that. And I just remember this moment of just wanting to rip my stomach off my body and run away from it. Like, I was so panicked. I could not believe I was repeating this cycle. Like, I was so disappointed in myself and so angry at myself. And if anyone would have been cruel to me or screamed at me, like, that would have felt good. That would have felt like what I deserved. Like, you couldn't have said anything to me that I wasn't already screaming in my own head. And so I look back and think, like, what was that solace for me? What was that, like, moment of hope for me? And it was family reaching out and loving me and offering me support. And so if they don't have family who's doing that, then that's where, like, the community, the sisterhood steps in and supplements that by being that calm in the middle of the storm.
Absolutely.
With y'all's essential oils and your gray and blue in here. It's so relaxing and nice. It is totally a safe space. Truly.
For sure.
Well, this is wonderful. Thank you so much for showing me. Give me your website again one more time.
abcwomencenter.org.
Yeah, so go give them millions of dollars.
Too. And Instagram. They have a great Instagram account.